Good morning, everybody. It's Danny, and I'm back with your divinely guided message for today, April 4th, 2020. So I meditated before I started, and in my meditation, I got a couple messages. It might not resonate for everybody, but it's definitely some messages for somebody. So one is it's time to come out of the darkness. It's somebody that is between two worlds. And when I say two worlds, I mean your normal mundane day-to-day life, your past, which you're comfortable with, and then the other side of it is your ascension, you embracing your spirituality, you being accepting of the new life that God has in store for you. You know it's there, but you're afraid to come out of the darkness. So it's time to come out of the darkness. The second one is it's time for you to answer the call. So apparently, God, Spirit, Source, Universe, whatever you choose to call them, is sending you messages. He's sending you messages and he's telling you it's time to move forward. It's time for you to answer the call. He's telling you that you have a bigger calling on your life, but you're choosing to ignore it because you don't want to seem crazy. You don't want people judging you. You know it's kind of hard for you to explain this feeling, this calling that you're ignoring. It's hard for you to explain it to others. And because it's hard for you to explain it to others, it's easier for you to ignore it. So this message is for whoever is doing that. It's time for you to answer the call and stop ignoring it because it's not going to go away. The next message was during this time, you may feel lonely. And you may feel lonely because it's hard for you to put into words what you're feeling, what you're going through. You think that people aren't going to understand. You think that if you follow this calling, you're going to be a disappointment to your friends, to your family. You're possibly going to have to leave behind your life as you've known it for a long time. And that's a scary and lonely thing. But God is telling you He got you. Like He's telling you literally what to do step by step. And you just keep thinking, it's crazy. I can't do that. Or, the what ifs instead of just following His word. God is going to protect you and He is going to, why would He tell you what to do if it wasn't the right thing? The next message was stop questioning God and stop staying stuck in dead situations. So that's piggybacking off of the last message. So you're questioning God. How can if you say you believe in God and you have faith in God, why are you questioning Him? Why are you questioning His commands? Why are you questioning His works, what He can do? Why are you questioning that He has your best interest at heart? Why are you staying stuck in dead situations? God wouldn't want you to stay stuck in dead situations. That's why He's telling you what to do to get out of these dead situations. And when I say dead situations, I mean jobs, I mean marriages, any type of relationships, whether it's a long term commitment, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a friendship. It could be your relationship with your children, it could be your relationship with your parents, it can be addiction. It could be codependency on something or someone. It could be a ton of things that could be dead situations in your life. But you're choosing to cling and hang on because that's what's familiar. And God is saying today, you need to make a decision. You need to come out of two heads. You need to come out of that fear, that rejection, that self sabotage. And it's funny because when I was just shuffling cards, the self sabotage card came out. And it says, when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. So that says that everything I just said, it sums it up. You have a plan. And it's not a plan that you came up with yourself. It's a plan that God gave you. He comes to you in your dreams. He comes to you when you driving down the street and your mind is wandering and you hear that little voice. That's God telling you. He's giving you a step-by-step plan on what it is that you should be doing, and you're choosing to ignore it because it's not the norm, or it's not what people expect you to do. You can't serve everybody else and serve God. Like, come on. You can't. You can't ignore the things that Spirit is telling you to do and think that you're going to be rewarded. Your life is stuck and still and not fruitful because you are ignoring the call. How can God bless something and you questioning him? You think he blessing you in a stuck situation? He's not blessing a relationship that's toxic, a relationship that you can't get along with the person and y'all constantly bickering, arguing, disagreeing, cheating on each other, calling each other out, each other's names, all that stuff. He's not going to bless a job that you know you should have left a long time ago. Yes, it's putting food on the table. Yes, yes, it's stable. But if it's not your true calling, and if it's not your passion, if it's not causing you to expand and succeed, then no, God is not going to bless it. He going to make you uncomfortable as hell until you get out of that job. So people like to say, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that because I've been at this job for so long. I've been in this relationship for so long. I can't pursue my dream because it don't pay the bills. Let me tell you something. If Spirit has ordained it and it's your passion and he's giving you that nudge to do it, you might not see the financial gain in it. You might not see the abundance in it, but it was already written for you. But you're too scared to take it. Once you take it and you're doing it and you make up your mind that this is what I'm going to do because I know this is what I was led to do, God is going to bless that thing and you are going to be overly abundant. You are going to be so abundant, but you can't see that. That's called faith. That's what faith is. Exercise your freaking faith and know that when you are following the guidelines that God has given you and you're doing what you're led to do, you don't have to worry. You don't have to stress. All you got to do is let your faith lead the way, and your abundance is coming. And when I say abundance, I don't just mean financially. When I say abundance, I mean spiritually, physically healthy, money, your home life, everything. Everything is just going to flourish, but you got to get out of two heads. And it's okay to be afraid. That was the last message that I got. It's okay to be afraid. Sometimes you have to move when you're afraid. And I told somebody that earlier today. Like sometimes, whether you're afraid or sometimes being afraid is when you're the most fearless. And I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes when you're fearful, that's when you just think when you're doing something that's causing your adrenaline to pump. You're not thinking about the outcome because you're so amped up and just it's just that adrenaline. Like when you're scared, your adrenaline is pumping. So sometimes you have to take that leap of faith when you know when you're scared. It's okay to be scared, to try something new, to do something different, but don't ever be scared to follow what God has planned for you. Don't ever be scared of that. The next card was the study card, and it says Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn, whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new. This is an opportunity to expand your mind. So I'm reading that as during this time when we're stuck in the house and we don't have nothing else to do. Well, some of us are still working, some of it, and we still have the kids to take care of and things like that. But take some time out for yourself. Take some time out for yourself and think about what it is that you want to do. Think about what it is that you feel like God has been nagging you to do that you're ignoring. Dig a little deeper. Go within yourself. Go into a quiet space and have some one-on-one time with God, because that's a lot. A lot of us have gotten away from spending that time with God and deepening that relationship. Because the more you deepen that relationship, the more He is going to talk to you. The more He is going to guide you. You can't say that you have faith and you believe in God, but you only call on Him when something is wrong. Your relationship with God is just as important as any other relationship in your life. If you can spend time wondering what your significant other is doing and where they at and who they with and when they coming home, and you want to go on date night with them and you want to talk to them day in and day out, keep that same energy when it come to God. Go to God. Go to God. Ask Him how, you know, what's your plan for the day? What am I supposed to be working on now? What is next for me? Deepen your relationship with God. Now is the perfect time to deepen that relationship and ask Him, what is it that you're supposed to do? Ask Him what your next step is. Ask Him to remove anything or anybody from your life that is no longer serving you. Because trust me, if you go to Him with an open heart and an open mind, He's going to tell you exactly who and what you need to get rid of. He's going to tell you. The Ace of Wands came out. The Ace of Wands is all about passion. The Ace of Wands is all about new start, starting something new, being passionate, and just going forward. It's fire. Is is passion. Do whatever you're passionate about, because it's going to bring you money. It's going to bring you success. That's the Ten of Pentacles. That's all about stability, financial stability, success. But you got to put in the work. The Eight of Pentacles is all about working. It's all about working. So that new start and the abundance that I talked about is there, but you got to do the work. And part of doing the work is studying, not self-sabotaging, and going within and having a talk with God, having a talk with spirit, source, universe, whatever you call them, but having a talk with your higher power and figuring it out. So that message is for somebody, or it might even be for a group of people. But I encourage you today to, one, just go. Just go for it. Whatever it is that you in two minds about, get out of two minds. Go to God and ask, what can I do to move forward? What do I need to do to move forward? How can I move towards my passion and reap all the benefits and rewards and cornucopia that you have for me, God? Just ask Him. And the more you deepen your relationship, the clearer the messages are going to be. And when He gives you those messages, go with it. Don't question it. Just go with it. You have to trust God, bottom line. And that's the end of this message, is just trust God. Stop questioning Him and trust Him. He's not going to steer you wrong. That's my divinely guided message for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.